Like, in my opinion, I think that it is the absolute hardest part of the run. Like, no question. Once you get past sand, I think you're pretty much golden. Lake's not bad. Wooded's not bad. Cloud and Lost aren't bad. Basically every kingdom's fine after this. It's just that the motion control stuff is very hard. So you really just gotta, but that's just my personal opinion. I think that sand is the hardest just due to how hard it is to, okay. How hard it is to get your inputs. Just to get Jaxie. Is this world record pace? I mean, I guess, technically. Okay, that is the nicest cap he has ever been. Okay, got some bad vectors. Okay, let's not bonk here on right side. I will say, really kind of putting this together really made me kind of sort of appreciate the strats that I don't do. Alright. Not sure if it's going to be better than the last runs, but I don't know. You never know. Alright. Let's give this another shot. I will say the beginning is probably, as I said, like, sand is the hardest kingdom. I just feel like, I just think the early game is probably the hardest part in general. Just as like a general difficulty spike. Okay. Go through the moon. I will complain about some general mechanics of the game that make it really hard to actually like play with one hand. Like for instance, just how terrible the hitboxes are in this game. Some jumps I'll just barely be able to make just because of how jank the physics are. Like sometimes, like I'll barely make the jump in Metro. The first couple of jumps in Metro. And that's just mainly because like it's hard to make those jumps without precise inputs. Okay, and this is another instance of one hand being hard because of the mechanics. Is that I will actually get a trick, but my inputs won't get read for the next part of the trick. Another perfect example. Drops my input. And I have to set it up all over again. And then I rinse and repeat. But we're here again. Come on. That was dumb. I'm actually not gonna go for the fast strat, as I said before, just because it's just not really worth it at the moment. Maybe when the run gets a little bit more optimized, I might think of doing it, but at the current moment, I'm not planning on doing it for a little bit. Alright, so we are now done with Cascade. We're gonna dive straight back into Sand, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, iron some stuff out. Because I actually was practicing Sand last night and before the stream. So, like, it's not easy. Like, if you don't, like, I feel like future runs are going to really going to like, I think like once I start getting like a good Sand from the beginning, like, I feel like it's going to be so much harder. Like, I feel like that's where most of my resets are going to be. Not in Cap or in Cascade, but mainly in Sand. Alright. Now we're going back into Sand. We're going to take the dive. No fast action guide, skip. Alright. I think I'm going to focus on this portion here just because, well, not the beginning, but more or less the, once we start getting to, like, the bullet bill portions. Because that's where stuff's really going to start ramping up. Come on. Okay, I got a button jam. It's when your hands get too occupied with one thing that you can't focus on getting another input in. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see if I can get the bullet bill manipulation. But if I can't, I don't know. Okay, come on, please. I don't expect to get the bullet bill manipulation just because of how bad. Yeah, I didn't expect. to get it. Just in general. Come on. Come on. Another problem that you have to face with this is depth perception. So if you don't like get enough depth with a so if you like, so sometimes you can barely miss something. Okay, what? Please, dude. Okay, that was close. Now, I have been thinking about maybe adding the spin pound here since I can just buffer the spin early. Like, I can buffer the spin during my rolls. And that could easily save me a bit of time. Hello, Cray. If that's how you pronounce your name. I usually grab a little bit more coins than usual because we're probably going to be dying a lot. So I try to make sure that I have enough. How is it supposed to be pronounced? If you don't mind me asking. Yo, thank you for the follow. Okay, let's hope we can. Alright. Let's hope we can get a good. You say cry? Okay. Thank you, Cry, for the follow. Yo, we got it first try. Beautiful. Alright. Already better than the last run that died. Now, I believe we're missing Bird, but the backup moon I was talking about is Notes, which isn't too bad. Okay. Then we're going to be getting Notes, and then we're going to be out of here. Okay, that wasn't a bad Notes for what it's worth. As long as I didn't fall off the leaf, I'm fine. And then this is just get to the globe as fast as possible. And that's sand. Alright. Hardest kingdom for one hand completed. Very nice. Alright. So I would say for what it was, that's probably a pretty good sand for what it was. All right. I'm primarily just going to be mashing with one button as opposed to two. And that's just because mashing is just going to be a little bit more effective that way. Because instead of splitting my inputs between two fingers, I can just focus all my button mashing on one finger. Okay. Whoops. Now the main difficulty is getting fish boosts. That's going to become a little bit more apparent in Seaside. But getting the fish boosts and the spins are going to be more difficult than they typically would. Mainly because motion control wise, it's going to be harder because, you know, we're only using one hand. And I got it. Alright. What I just did there was fish jump. I think most of you who have at least seen a speedrun of this game know what fish jump is. And know how many runs can be lost to fish jump. That was an alright Rango. But for what that was, I actually thought I was going to miss that since I thought I was too far from the wall. Whoops. But anyways, that wasn't a bad lake aside from some small things. But as you can see, the difficulty really kind of lowers, like the bar kind of lowers with skill after you leave sand. What it's gonna be slightly harder due to stuff like Pipeway, but for the most part, Wooded isn't bad if you take it slow. I'm not gonna be going like super duper slow. I'm going to be going kind of at a more moderate pace, so I won't be going for spin pounds or my usual setup for Wooded, but I will be going for but I will be following the general route. If I can, I hope I can get semi-fast Pipeway. The hope is that I don't get slowest possible. I feel like the Gauntlet really is everything up until Metro, to be honest. Please, alright. Let's see if I can get, well, good enough, I guess. Got another button jam. Another thing about playing one hand is because your hand is typically on your leg. Your ZL trigger can get caught on like your pants or whatever. I typically play it with shorts just because of the platform that I get from it. From wearing shorts is just a little bit better than just playing on bare legs. This jump's pretty hard. Typically it's pretty easy with 2 hands because you just backflip and do it really easy. Yeah. I would say the hardest boss in the game for one hand is the Sherm, by using Sherm to kill the Mecha Wiggler. But I've come up with a consistent setup for it that eliminates tank controls being an issue. Okay, let's see if I can get just a pipeway. Okay, so I didn't get... Okay, so I got a really slow pipeway there, but I at least didn't miss the cycle, which is what I was mainly worried about. Now time for the climb. Okay. As I was saying, it's time for the climb. This is generally one of the hardest parts of Wooded, just in general. Whether you have, whether you're using one hand or not. Now, okay, I made it. That is probably the scariest jump in Wooded, because if you screw it up, it sends you all the way to the deep woods, and not only is that slow, but it loses so much time. And recovering from it when you have one hand is probably one of the hardest things ever. I fell in there once just to see how it was, and oh, having to redo the entire climb and then retry that entire jump is painful. Now, I'm not going to go for Flower Road Skip. I don't typically go for Flower Road Skip, whether I'm doing one hand or not. Just because it's risky, you die, and it's not fun if you miss it. Now, I'm going to be doing a bit of a slower strat here. Typically, you do some power rolls here, because we want to have our buttons allotted to us. I just stopped for a long jump there. This uproot jump's going to be a little awkward to get. Okay, and I got it. There's a lot of things that would typically be... I think a perfect way to describe this is... Well, a lot of stuff that would typically be easy is a lot harder for one hand. Okay, and Cappy's just... I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. So instead, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to opt to just go casual strats here, because... Are you kidding me? Just get into the boss arena. Then Spirit's basically the same. He's not that bad. Spear is pretty easy. Okay, well there you go. That is Spew Art, and that is Wooded. I failed a little bit at the end, but that was just because I was trying to get a little greedy. I knew I wasn't going to be like super consistent at that jump, just in general, because, because the control stick angles, because the angle of the control stick is really awkward, because I control it with, right here, and so it's really awkward to kind of aim your control stick with like the very edge of your finger. So if like I can show it to the camera, like I use kind of this area here for my stuff for moving the control stick, so it's very uncomfortable sometimes. Now time for Cloud. This can either be one of the easiest kingdoms or one of the hardest kingdoms. I've been able to get fast Bowser with relative ease sometimes. It really is hit or miss for me. But at the current moment, I'm feeling confident to go for it. If I do miss it, I miss it, but it's not like the end of the world if I do. Okay, and yeah, I missed it. I'll try and see if I can go for the, oh no. Okay, got it. So I'm getting semi-fast Bowser. There we go. So that's Cloud. Nothing too. That's probably the closest I'm gonna get to being like anywhere close to matching where my PB is at the moment. Okay, time for probably one of the hardest jumps in the game, just in general. Okay, I missed the fast strat, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe. Okay, got it. Very nice. Meme tree is probably the hardest part of one hand lost. I do have a backup strat, which, by the way, speaking of backups, I do have a extra move. I go for a different move. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you actually kidding me? Again, that is an example of the control stick being a little funky. Let's see if I can get meme tree again. I don't want to. Screw it up. Okay. Made it back up. Okay, again, you really got to line yourself up. Okay, that was not, none of those were meant to be spin throws, but I guess I'll take it. Now this is mainly because, wait, what? This is, I do the garden moon instead for various reasons, because it makes getting to the propeller moon just a tad easier. And it doesn't make you fall. And bridge moons just super risky. So I just decided not to go for it because it's still not run safe. Okay, and I didn't get enough height. Okay, I almost gave Klepto my hat, and that wouldn't have been good. Alright. Hello, Brooklyn loves foxes. Welcome. Okay, and that was annoying. And that was another example of jank collision messing with my one hand. Anyways, instead of going for bridge, we're just going to warp after this moon. And we're gonna head all the way back. We're gonna head back. I'm gonna warp. Put the cap on there, and then we're going to be heading off to Metro. A bit of a bumpy lost. But overall not horrible. Once we get to... So Dark Metro is probably gonna be our last kind of really hard portion of the run for a little bit, because Snow and Seaside aren't going to be that bad overall, but Kingdom's like, but Dark Metro is not going to be too bad. Oh, that was close. Alright. So this is probably... Okay, I made it. That is probably one of the hardest jumps in the run. Because, you know... It really involves a lot of mechanics. And it's required. Come on. Monk ass, dude. Okay, let's see if I can get the fast elevator. I doubt that I will. Okay, I was too close. Please. Inputs. Alright, I'm just gonna wait here just because I'm used to certain cycles. A big a big thing that's going to possibly make or break the run is right here. And I got it. Let's go. All right. Perfect. Very nice. Now we're going to be heading off to the tank section, and this one's going, the Mecha Wiggler. And this one isn't too bad. And... What? Wait. What? That was super weird. Someone clip that. Someone clip that. Anyways, as I was saying, the strat here for Mecha Wiggler is to essentially move the camera so I get in a good spot. So like right here. And then I just start shooting. And I got robbed by Mecha Wiggler. So that was going to be a 2-cycle. You've always wanted to play this game? Yeah, it's definitely a good game. Cannot lie about that. Okay, please don't hit me. Well, if you haven't played this game, enjoy some one-handed me playing this game fast, I guess. But anyways, that was the Mecha Wiggler boss fight. Sadly, I wasn't able to get the 3-cycle. Yeah, you're a big fan of Mario. Yeah, same. Even when I first saw the first trailer for this game, I was already hyped. Actually, during the Switch reveal trailer, and I saw that Mario portion, I was super hyped for this game. Before I even knew what the mechanics were or whatever, I was already hyped for it. Okay, time for Day Metro. Let's see if I can get a, dang it. Stop getting caught, Mario. Mario, please. Mario. What? I didn't even press anything. What? Okay. Okay, that works. So that could have been... I just wanted to go for the Metro Dram. Oh, wait, whoops. Okay, this is probably my least favorite part. Because you can't do scooter clip. So we have to find a better way. Yes, okay, cool. Come on. All right. Please give me a good camera. Okay. Also, another thing I probably should have mentioned a bit ago about One Hand is that the camera is probably the hardest part about this. Movement, I mean, like, getting control stick movement, I can say is a bit difficult to get used to. And so the control stick can be a little awkward at times. But I think the big thing that's really going to the big thing that makes this hard is the camera. I can't really say much else about it. About how, like... Okay, what? What the heck? It doesn't help that depth perception in this game is really awkward. Okay, come on, please. And we're gonna miss, aren't we? And we're back. Alright. Cool, we're good. We in there. I've been working on some newer stuff in Metro. But, I probably shouldn't be applying new stuff right now. It looks hard with one hand. I mean, it starts off pretty difficult. But, like, once you kind of understand the mechanics of moving Mario, it's not too bad. Ah, come on. It's actually a little bit harder when you already speedrun the game, because like you already are used to doing strats with two hands, and so it can be really awkward getting used to it can get really hard getting used to playing with one hand if you already have muscle memory of two hands. Also, you followed. Then the alert should be coming up soon. Hopefully. But yes, thank you for the follow. Okay, there it is. Brooklyn Love Foxes, thank you for the follow. Alright, so now that Metro's done, it's gonna pretty much be a cakewalk until luncheon. And everyone's favorite meme right here, OTEP. Alright. My estimated time for this is around 2.5 hours, maybe. I'm not sure how anything else is going to turn out, but I know this is definitely, like, pretty bad pace. This is worse than my first run. Alright. But yeah, over time I'm gonna start ironing out this stuff, and we're gonna start kind of bringing times down to more typical normal, it's more typical, it's more typical 80% stuff. So like, you know, like 9-minute metros and stuff like that. Like that's kind of the goal. Alright. Whoops. Okay, it's fine. But I will say probably the hardest part, Well, not the hardest part, but one of the hardest parts of the run's going to be right at the very end. And it's called Moon Skip. It's Moon Cave Skip. And we're just going to be skipping the entirety of Moon Cave. And now typically with two hands, Moon Skip is probably one of the easiest tricks in the game. Like, once you know how to do it, you never miss it. But for one hand, it is super precise. And you really got to make sure you have the right camera, the right inputs, and basically the right everything, or else you're going to miss it. And that's just mainly because your control stick angle is very awkward. Okay. Forgot I can't roll cancel. Okay, control stick. Work with me here, bud. Moon. Please. Camera. Alright. Okay, let's see if I can do, nope. How much is a Nintendo Switch? About $300. And the game itself is about $60 plus tax if you're in the USA. If you get a digital download, it is... What? Wait, what? What? Okay. But I would highly recommend getting it, though. But I would highly recommend getting a Switch if you have the money for it. Anyways. That's Poison Room. We're gonna be heading into Goomba Room next. I'm not sure if I should go for the triple jump or not, to be honest. The ice triple. A part of me is just like, yeah, go for it. And another part of me is just like, don't do it, man. Like, is it really worth it? Okay, bad angle. Okay. This is really finicky with one hand, by the way. Okay. Please. Okay, and what? That death plane. Hey, Dangers. So that's just a quick backup there. I actually don't know what pace this is, to be honest. I know it's bad pace, but, you know. Oh, what? I like it how I can't get pipe stuck in my PB, in my two-handed PB, but I can get it in one hand. Are you kidding me, dude? Come on. What? Alright. How you doing, Dangers? How are you doing, my friend? I'm guessing you're at work. Alright. Alright. I feel like I'm like over a minute behind, like, good average times. Oh, hey, Carmangler. Yeah, this is the one-handed run. Man, I should be out of luncheon by now. I'm not sure if this is going to be faster than the cutscene skipless run or not. I doubt it will. But, you know. Okay, come on, camera manip. Or not manip. But the camera angle. Just specifically. Okay, good. Ah! Okay, that was blind. Ah! So Seaside isn't hard with one hand. It's just annoying. Do I do any spin pounds in one hand? No. I do like a couple of ones like that aren't effective. But for the most part, no. Okay, that worked somehow. Ah! Alright. Now this is where Seaside gets janky. Even though it's my favorite kingdom in the game, one-handed, this thing is annoying. Luckily, I've practiced it enough to kind of the underwater movement enough to kind of be fine with it, but for the most part, this stuff is annoying. Okay, please. All right. This portion here is all right. Please. All right. Ah, what? Come on. Cheap, yeah. Also, map menuing is so awkward when the map is not small. Because I'm used to, like, holding down on the R stick with, when I'm using both hands. But, alright, there you go. That's Seaside. Okay, there. That wasn't a that was probably the, well, aside from Cloud, that was probably the most par for the course. Probably the most not bad kingdom. I'm really good. I wouldn't say I'm the best at this game, to be honest. Like, yes, I have a 106 and 80%, but that doesn't make me, like, really good. Okay. Dang it, me almost. You didn't realize you could zoom out the map? Got it. That's the last of those really hard jumps. Did I literally just get, like moon warp things that you do for like the wall, for like the moon clips or whatever? Is this going to be a world record? Yeah. I mean, the only other person who's done this is Dan the Man. And he didn't do it as a speedrun, and he cheated, so... like... I'm the first one to do a full... to do a legit run of this. And the reason why is because... the reason why he kind of cheated is because... he, used... both hands, so like... he would switch off Joy-Cons. So like... let me just grab my Joy-Cons. Like, he would switch off hands that he uses for the Joy-Cons. Okay, whoops. I almost touched the controller. When's the feet only run? Like, my hand was like hovering next to him, like, wait, hold on, don't touch the controller, because I was doing lunch and ILs, but feet only. I'm gonna say never. The funny part about that is that I was like talking about like cheating the run and stuff, and then I just almost cheat the run. Like, how ironic is that? Okay. Hello, happiness running. Okay, please. Kobe. I'm not sure if I should go for turnip clip or not. Turnip clip seems terrible. I did sewer clip. This isn't world peace. It looks pretty straining on the hand. You know, you would think that, but actually it's not that bad, to be honest. Like, it doesn't hurt my hand at all. Like, maybe it's just because I've done it enough times that it doesn't hurt anymore, but for the most part, it's pretty... it's not too bad. It's not really that hard. It's not really that bad. And I'm not sure if that's just because my hand's gotten used to it or whatever, but, you know, it's not that bad. Probably should have. But yeah, it doesn't really hurt my hand. This jump is annoying though. I think I'm just gonna go for the easy one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say nope, turnip clip. Ah. Please. Depth. Depth, please. Alright. This will be the one of the few times that I go for cheese. Because I rarely see this cutscene. So it's really awkward to go for cheese. Alright. I'm like a minute and a half behind my any percent gold. Oh, please. Okay. Spiny. Be nice. Wait, what was that camera angle? Okay, we're good. What? Okay, and then we're done with luncheon. The ruin fight's gonna be a little awkward. So typically the ruin fight would be very, very easy. Like, you could fall asleep to that fight. Like, that's how easy it is. But because our movement is very limited, it's actually going to turn out to be a lot hard. Cappy, it's going to turn out to be a lot harder than you may first think. Okay. Alright. So let's do this. What's the Mario picture by the chat? Well, okay, so I've got like my bit jar, and like that's my emote, Astron 13 rainbow, or not rainbow, hype. I remember I changed that. The history behind that is I kind of have a history of disliking rainbow spins, like, because rainbow spins would pop out everywhere. Come on. Like all the time when I wouldn't want them to, and it would make me lose a lot of time. So someone's like, hey, you should make an emote out of it. And I'm like, alright, sure. And so that's my tier 1 emote. And I also just kind of use that as kind of like hype because, you know, I don't know, the rainbow spin just kind of works. Because, I don't know. And that was 100% made by me. You can tell because of how flat the colors are. Come on, are you kidding me? That is the first time I have actually, like, gotten the ground pound early. I've never gotten the ground pound early. Okay, we're fine. Oh god, hand jam. I got a jam. Sometimes you can actually get lost on the controller. And it can get really awkward. Alright. Alright, boys and girls. It's time to head into the Bowser's Kingdom. Okay. Come on, let's do this. Time for Bowser's. Oh boy. Come on. All right. Hey, come on. But yeah, we're almost done with the run, to be honest. We're almost done. This what? Ugh. So this one's going to be an awkward one with one hand. Because we're going to be using these enemies called the Pokeos. A lot. It's kind of the main capture of this area. And that's going to... And a lot of their movements are motion control dependent. What? What? Control stick, what? I think that's the classic. I think that is the example of the control stick screwing you over. You know what? Come on. Come on, ogre. You don't have layers. You don't have layers. You don't deserve layers. Alright. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a 150 or something. Because I'm probably gonna get out of here around 120 to 125-ish. Okay, time for shards. Hopefully I can get fast mech in a run. Fast, like, bird. I can get birdless. If I don't, I don't, but I can prove that I've done it before because I've done it on stream before. It's 2:11 a.m. or p.m. Come on. I'm gonna assume p.m. but correct me if I'm wrong. All right, p.m. Yeah. All right. Now it is time for me to see if I don't pull a Valu Acrid Chaos, pulling everyone. If you can't do that jump, you've got a problem. And if you can't call yourself a speedrunner, if you can't do that jump, I swear, I can do that with one hand. I can do that with one hand. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I'm gonna be doing motion control strats here, and that's just because it just makes Harriet easy. Like, that's all I have to say, is that it makes Harriet just absolutely free. No need to... Are you kidding me? Please. Like, it doesn't make... Like, it doesn't change... All... Are you kidding me? Cappy. Cappy. That was all Cappy's fault. That is the first time I've had to deal with that. Okay. But yeah. Getting the hits on Harriet is super easy. Alright. Actually, I think I'm gonna grab the checkpoint. Please. Okay, please. There you go. Fast topper. There you go. So, if oh, you got like a Cappy plush or whatever. Nice. Ah, or like a little hat. But anyways, I think I made myself look... I think I made Topper look easy. He's not. Actually, a Cappy plush would literally just still be a hat. Actually, now that I think about it. Like, a Cappy hat would literally just be a plush. Okay, it's time for the main event. The moment you've all been waiting for. The thing that will hopefully go well. I hope. Let's go. I'm gonna be silent for this. But here it goes. And there we go! There you go! That is one-hand birdless mech first try. Glad, Jonas? Someone clip that. Someone. The first speed run and world record of Super Mario Odyssey one-handed birdless mech. Let's go. Ah. My heart was pounding during that entire time. Cause like I haven't done that in a couple of days, to be honest. Like normally I just be like, cause like I was more focused on practicing other stuff. Like after I gotten it like pretty consistent before, I'm like, all right, I'm going to practice other stuff, and I hope that it goes well. Like that is the hope. That was the hope. But we did it. We got it. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. I mean, I have like a video of it on my Twitter, but it's just like it feels so much different getting it in a run, you know? Let's go. Okay, so this is where stuff gets hard. Like, this is where we're gonna be seeing a very precise moon skip coming up here. Okay, I missed. Yeah, I was too far to the left. Please. Come on. There we go. All right. I'm gonna be silent for this as well. Yo, we got it. No! What? Are you kidding me? Twice in a row. Probably one of the hardest things to get down. Though I made mech look easy, so I think it makes sense that I would make this look easy. Alright, time for the final Bowser fight. Okay. Thanks, game. Love it. What? Okay, game. Come on, game. Oh, I got a heart, so I think we're good. Fine. I think we're fine. Come on, Bowser. Jerk. Are you kidding me? Cappy. A lot of this isn't even my fault anymore. I'm just... What? Please. Cappy. I swear. What? Cappy! Stop! Please. Like, you see, like, I'm doing the inputs, like, through the, through my, hand cam. But, like, no. Cappy just won't let me. This actually might be sub 130. Like, this might turn out to be sub 130. Which would be hype. Since that was supposed to be my goal for, like, you know, March. Now wasn't that easy. So it's time for the final escape sequence. Okay. My palm is in a really weird position for the control stick. Okay. Don't care. It might be a 125. I'm not doing 2D skip. I have not done, nor do I have the inclination to ever do 2D skip for this. Wait, what? But I wasn't running. Well, rip more than 2 seconds. All right. Okay. Come on. Ah, my hand. Controlling Bowser with one hand, like, I don't think the developers intended for this to happen. To control Bowser with one hand. Please. Alright. Don't fall. Oh my god, these camera changes. Well, I just beat my one-hand goal for like the next. I just beat my one-hand goal for the next, like, this was supposed to be the goal before SGDQ submissions. And everything went wrong. Everything that could have went wrong in that run, except for I am proud of that mech though. I am proud of that. GG, man. Ugh. Dude.